Hi everyone, and welcome to the Unlisted Map. Cheers! Today episode we are actually taking a break from Route 66 and the Green Book, and we have gone out to the Sun Village to look for the desert rose. And so this will be a very interesting and hopefully an informative um, video for you. I have grown up in the Antelope Valley, and this is the first time I actually did some real deep dive into Sun Village and some of the fun spots out there, a couple filming locations, and even Charlie Brown. So I do hope you enjoy this video and stick around to the end for the unlisted pairing, where I'm actually going to be pairing a rosé. See what I did there? I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello everyone, this is Mary and Just a Guy with Unlisted Map, and today we are taking a detour from the Route 66 and the Green Book going into San Bernardino and then finishing into LA, which will be coming soon. We're actually going to Sun Village, which is roughly 45 minutes away from where we are right now. And along the way, we will explore hopefully some movie locations out there in the Antelope Valley. So why don't you come along with us as we explore the Unlisted Map. Okay, we're going to try this again. So here we are at Club Ed. We're out in Lake LA. This is actually in the Antelope Valley. And this is a filming location. And it was built in 1991 for a Dennis Hopper movie, and that movie has escaped me. So hopefully I can remember. I'll get some information and share it with you guys. It is private property, so we are on the other side of the road. I'm actually out here with Just a Guy, who is a huge Trekkie fan. And we were actually able to line up one of the scenes from the Star Trek Voyager, the episode with Death Wish. Do you have the picture? So we can line it up. So here we go. So maybe, I don't know if the camera's going to focus in on it. There you go. So you can see the telephone pole, and that lines up with that pole right there. It's pretty amazing. Some of the other movies that were filmed out here were Nothing to Lose, Joe Dirt, Rubber, and the TV shows like Mentalist, The X-File, and Son of Anarchy. It's also known as the Kahiki Palms Hotel. Okay, so our next location that we are actually going to is roughly about 5 miles from Club Ed. We're going to the Four Aces Movie Ranch. This is it's a 40s style diner, motel, gas station, and casino. It's best known for films like Identity, which was filmed in 2003, House of 1,000 Corpse, The Devil's Rejects, and Lady Gaga's Telephone music video. And I've not seen any of those, so I'm not as excited about this one as I was Club Ed. But there were some TV shows that were filmed there too. Space Force on Netflix, Lucifer, Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, Twin Peaks, Goliath, and Bones. So stay tuned and check this out. Ace's Movie Ranch is also private property, so we will not be able to go on site to, get inside the buildings and do some snooping around. But that's okay. We will see what we can see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that we can get up there. The last time I was here earlier this week, kind of scouting things out, there was a crew there. I think they were checking out the lay of the land. I don't think they were doing any filming. I didn't see the white trucks or anything. But just a little bit about me. I grew up out here in the Antelope Valley, and when I was a kid, I always wanted to be in a movie. Loved Universal Studios when they would pick you and put you in the audience to be on stage and do that crazy thing, being in a show. Um, I had an opportunity to audition for the original A Different World. I know they're making a remake of The Different World, but I didn't take the guy seriously, and I told him no. And that was when I was 18 years old. So this is also, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. The town ahead of us is Lake Littlerock and Sun Village. We will be going into that area a little later on. And we're coming up on it. So let me see what this sign says. I'll be right back. Can't park here. I'm trying to get the, I don't know if my mic is still on. Is my mic still on? Yes, my mic is still on. And so, as I mentioned before, those movies and the shows that were filmed here. I did see Lucifer. I've watched a couple episodes of Lucifer. Let's see if we can get the back of the hotel. We're now heading over to Jackie Robinson's Park. So we're going to try to change gears right now. But as we are heading towards the park, we're going to be driving through Sun Village. And Sun Village was a safe, well, it was a safe town from the sundown towns. I might have mentioned that earlier in the beginning of our video. But it's roughly about, maybe 8 to 10 miles east of Lancaster and Palmdale in the Antelope Valley, which were actually sundown towns. And I grew up in that area. And I was aware of that history just a little bit. So let's go for, sorry. Oh my gosh. Let's go for a ride.
Perfect. Oh, let's go for a ride. Love it. Turn came up on me a little faster than I expected.
Yeah, that's okay. So in Sun Village, Mr. Melvin Ray Grubbs was a black lawyer and a real estate broker from Chicago. And in 1939, Sun Village was his vision that black families would have a community of their own. Sun Village is a town in the Antelope Valley of Los Angeles County, California, originally named Western Mojave Desert, California by the natives, where indigenous peoples were forced to live by way of a now unconstitutional practice known as redlining. The area once known as Littlerock was named or renamed Sun Village in 1939 when it was established. A small area south of Sun Village is still Littlerock with a population of approximately 1,200 people. Founded by indigenous Americans who were discriminated against and not allowed to purchase homes in cities like Los Angeles, Palmdale, or Lancaster. Surrounding areas considered Sun Village to be the poor part because it was underdeveloped. The principal founder of Sun Village is Melvin Ray Grubbs. Many news articles describe him as a black lawyer turned real estate investor from Chicago who purchased the land from a white family in 1938. However, genealogy records show that he was born in the Oklahoma Cherokee Nation, Township 27, in the year 1900. He later moved to Chicago in the late 1920s, where he obtained a law degree and became a real estate agent and then a real estate broker. He then moved to California to establish Sun Village. Grubbs is the ultimate unlisted hero. He didn't just find a sanctuary, he manufactured one. By buying up nearly 90% of that land, he created a space where the unspoken code of trust we talked about could take root without outside interference. To understand the desert rose, you have to understand the dirt it grew in. In 1939, while the rest of the Antelope Valley was locked behind half a century of racial covenants, those legal no's that kept black families out, Melvin Ray Grubbs was looking at the map of his own. He didn't go to the big developers. He went to the Marbles, a local family with deep roots in the high desert. In a move that was part real estate gamble and part civil rights rebellion, Grubbs purchased nearly 250 acres of raw, unlisted desert. By 1944, he didn't just own land, he owned a future. He incorporated Sun Village and in 1946 began advertising it as an unrestricted town site. In the world of stay out, Grubbs created a 250-acre come in. He was a visionary. He bought this specific patch north of Avenue T because he knew the aerospace boom was coming. He wasn't just selling lots, he was building a sanctuary for the engineers, mechanics, and veterans who would soon be building the future of aviation right across the highway. This is an African American community growth in Sun Village survey. In 1883 and to 1939, racial covenants and deed restrictions were used to prevent African Americans from moving into predominantly white neighborhoods. In the 1920 to 1940, the Great Migration of African Americans from east to west creates overcrowding in South LA and Little Tokyo. These were historically minority neighborhoods. From 39 to 89, you can see here where he purchases the land. The 1941 Employment Practices Commission requires agencies with government-held contracts to cease discrimination hiring practices. And the space industry becomes one of the leading employers of African Americans. Lockheed Martin opens a Palmdale plant in the 1950s, increasing the African American population in Sun Village. The Fair Housing Act of 1968 abolishes discrimination in housing practices. New African American middle class families are now working in the defense industry, and other jobs look for better housing, neighborhoods, and schools. Lockheed Martin issues massive layoffs during the strikes, and production changes in the late 1970s. I graduated from high school in the Antelope Valley in 1985, and I can say that I do remember or experience that there were some challenges within the aerospace, which was a huge economic feature for a lot of families, just even in the Antelope Valley. So to lose jobs was incredible. It was very sad. So when I was a little kid, my parents had friends that lived out here in Sun Village, and I remember not necessarily coming from this direction. We would come west, as I was saying, from Lancaster, Palmdale area. We would come out this way, and we would leave at night. And I was so afraid of the dark out here. I and I guess to this day I'm still kind of afraid of the dark out here, because it's so empty, and there's a lot more traffic now. But when I was a kid, there was not a lot of traffic. It looks like people are out here selling some wares. You need to get some tires.
Excuse me, folks. Thank you.
Oh, that was a tight squeeze.
I did it though. I forced my way in there.
Okay, so we are at the Jackie Robinson's Park, and yes, it's actually named after number 42. Um, himself, he was a Dodger. He actually started with the Brooklyn Dodgers, and he played for 10 seasons from 47 to 56. And we just celebrated him out at Dodger Stadium a few months ago, or no, a few weeks ago, was the 15th of April, um, is when his number was retired. The park was first in the United States to be given his name, and he came out to the park for the dedication on June 16th, 1965. So we're going to get out and we're going to walk around and see what we can see. Come along. All right, you know how you guys all get the blowers, leaf blowers? I got a tractor over there. Jackie Robinson Park Gymnasium. The last time I was out here, it was crazy wind. So what is this? Looks like a lending. Oh, it's a lending library. How cool. Diary of the Wimpy Kid. Some pretty cool stuff. Out here at Jackie Robinson, they actually do a huge celebration for Juneteenth. And I believe they have something we can share about that. There's some activities. I just love a park. It just smells so good. It's actually a small park. It's only about 9 acres. Um, Seems like it would be big, but it's really small. So I'm gonna take us over here, the Women's Club and the birth of Jackie Robinson's Park. So the story, I'm sorry guys, I am like, flies are buzzing around me today. So the story is that when Sun Village started, there was actually, it was the Women's Club of Sun Village were the group to really push to get this park made. It They needed a community meeting space, and so the Women's Club, they did a lot of fundraising, fish dinners and chili cook-offs and taco sales, bake sales, to raise up the funds for a community center. And so Jackie Robinson's Park grew from that, or became because of that. Yeah, smells so good. There's some basketball courts. Oh, we'll check it out. Okay. Well, that answers that. I was hoping we could get in. Yeah. So here's the story of Sun Village and how it came to be. In the early 1940s, a group of intrepid African American families came together to survive and thrive in the desert, pooling their resources and skills to build a place of Black excellence in a racist world. So Jackie Robinson himself came out to the dedication. Um, Jackie Robinson Park is the oasis of the desert because it's where people came to take that fresh drink of life. You know, Jackie Robinson actually grew up in Pasadena. Um, that might be on our stop when we finish up that series. So they have some exercise equipment. You have to be 14 years or older to use the equipment. A history of celebration. The park's groundbreaking was a momentous occasion for Black joy, laying the foundation for a space that would become an oasis for community celebration. Since the 1960s, the park has been home to one of the country's largest and longest-running Juneteenth celebration. Celebrated on June 19th, its name a play on the date's pronunciation. The holiday celebrates the day in 1865 when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, to announce the freedom of 250,000 enslaved Black Americans. I think this is one of my favorite places. When I was a kid, I did not come here. Quite honestly, never came to this park. Stewards of the park's legacy. The personal archiving efforts of the park staff and dedicated community members have kept Jackie Robinson's Park beautiful history alive. Steward organizations like the Sun Village Women's Club, Sun Village Semper Fidelis Society, Friends of Jackie Robinson Park, the Sun Village Chamber of Commerce, Sun Village Park Association, Sun Village Masons, the Jolly Seniors, and the Sun Village Town Council has tirelessly dedicated themselves to maintaining the park's vibrancy. And it is so beautiful out here, you guys. And there's a Sun Village picnic area in the central playground. Nobody's here. It's quiet today. All right, so you guys, I just went into the restroom, and for a county park, it was probably one of the cleanest bathrooms I've ever been in. So this is a well-maintained park. Let's go and see what this plaque is. Yes, there are snakes out here. We are still in the desert. It's a pretty cool mural. Lifting as we climb. There's Jackie right there. You have your Miss Sun Village pageants, beauty pageant contestants. I don't know what they're called anymore, people. I don't want to offend anyone. The Lights of Many Suns. The mosaic mural is original work by the artist April Banks. Her work seeks to amplify lesser-known stories and give voice to the erased and intentionally forgotten. Significant figures in the mural: Jackie Robinson, Dr. Shaw, former president of the Sun Village Chamber of Commerce and former superintendent of the nearby Wasona School District. He and his wife came to Sun Village in 1957. Myron Mike Wilson, a local hero.
Oh, veteran Viking.
Yeah. Who moved to Sun Village after his service in the U.S. Army as one of the legendary Tuskegee Airmen. Wow. And the Sun Village Women's Club. The women in the picture, Ms. Mobley and Ms. Carroll, all played a key role in the dedication ceremony in '65, securing the land to create the park itself.
Pity we don't have a third person.
Yeah. And then Mrs. Gibson there on the end, a local educator and iconic community leader. Gibson was a former comedian and actor who worked in radio and film. The LA Times once described her saying she exuded energy and charm. And there is a school, a local school, named after her. Pretty cool. Okay, so we are now going to go somewhere fun. Someplace I haven't been in, I can't remember when. Remember when I used to be little? When I was little, we used to drive the 138 that would take us into Ontario, California, Rancho Cucamonga, and there, a lot of this area used to also be farming too. So we're going to go into a town, it's called Pear Blossom, and it actually started, they found that they couldn't grow a lot of things out in Pear Blossom, like almonds and grapes. And so what they ended up doing is they started planting pear trees, and pears would grow out here in Pear Blossom. And then people would also start selling citrus fruit, so you get a lot of oranges and apples. I'm sorry, oranges and lemons and limes, grapefruits, and apples, and other produce. Like I said, this used to be a huge farming area. And so we're going to head over there, Charlie Brown's Farms, taking you guys with me.
She moves like a map with no borders, a whisper caught in the wind. I see her boots at the corner cafe, with a notebook and a grin. She's chasing skies I've never named, while I stay in my lane. But something in the way she moves keeps pulling at my chain. Oh, traveler, you carry the sun in your stride, leaving behind what I hold inside. If I don't ask your name today, I may never get the chance to walk beside your wandering dance.
I can't see. Maybe we can go across the street and get gas at $6.09 a gallon. Oh my goodness. Look at all of this jerky. We're getting some jerky, folks. Oh my word. Got some Jelly Bellies. Rock candy. Haven't had rock candy in so long. Is this root beer? I don't know. I don't know. No. All right, guys, this is what I have came for. Look at all of this candy. Oh my gosh, and if they have what I'm looking for, I am going to be oh, you're fine. You guys, they don't have my candy. I came all the way out here to get my candy, and it's not here. Oh, my heart is broken. Oh my gosh. Sweet potato butter. You guys, they have apple cobbler and a blackberry cobbler. Even a, what is this? Peach cobbler. Okay, so they even have an apple kraut. I'm just loving this pepperoni. Bacon me happy salsa. Okay, you guys, this store goes on and on and on. Where are my dill pickle fans? So you're over here. What is this, guys? Chocolate peanut butter sauce. It sounds kind of good. I'm thinking about getting some kind of dip that I can have with some crackers and some wine later on during a pairing. I am in the cooler, and it actually feels really good. Some ginger beer. Charlie Brown's does not sell alcohol, but they have a huge soda selection. Ooh, they got a banana drink. Hope you guys can hear me over these fans. But it sure feels good in here compared to being in that store. They have a Chico Stick soda. Oh my gosh. That is nuts. All right, here's our menu. It's pretty extensive. Do you know what you want to get?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get back to you once we've ordered.
Too many choices.
Hey guys, so we're getting ready to eat, and we got a crush and flip this around. Yeah, and just a guy got a root beer. And somehow I lost my audio here, but I got the brisket salad, and just a guy got chicken tenders with fries. Like I mentioned earlier, when I was a kid, I was afraid of riding the 138 at night because it was one of the most dangerous highways because of so many accidents and deaths. It reminds me of the ghost of our past. Sun Village was born out of resilience and determination for a safer place for Black individuals and families, and the willpower of the Strong Women's Club and their foresight to create a town center in Jackie Robinson Park. I grew up in the Antelope Valley, and only just now have I learned about Four Aces. I had hoped to show you guys the filming location of the Long Long trailer with Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, but I couldn't get that to line up. But there are reasons, but there is a reason the Grubs were searching and then created a desert rose. These are the reasons why they are on the unlisted map, because they are the unlisted map. It's funny how a road I used to fear as a child has become the path to discovery, who we really were all along. But stories this resilient shouldn't just be remembered, they should be celebrated. Let's head back to the house, check off the desert dust, and find a bottle that's just as complex as the history we found today. I'll see you for the pouring. Hi, everyone, and thanks for sticking around. I know it was a very long video, but thank you for hanging out so you can check out the unlisted pairing. And I did mention that I am pairing a BOGO 2024 Rosé with the Unlisted Maps Search for the Desert Rose. And you're probably wondering, what is a desert rose? Well, a desert rose is two things. It's actually a plant, and it's actually a crystal. Look how cool that is. So today's pairing is, as you had seen earlier, I have on my board, I have some dill pickle chips. I have some dill pickle chips. I have a white cheddar and some actually garden grown, my sister's garden, by the way, of some cherry tomatoes, or very, very tiny cherry tomatoes. So unlike, or like, the Search for the Desert Rose, the rosé is a delicate wine with the nose of strawberry and grapefruit. And I believe it's going to pair very well with the tanginess of the potato chips and even the sharp fattiness of this cheese. And like the desert rose or the rosé, it makes me think about the resilience and the challenges that Mr. Grubb had with creating a situation or a place that was safe for his family and other families to be accepted and to be appreciated, a place of their own, if you will. I hope you enjoyed the Unlisted Map, Search for the Desert Rose, and I'll see you on the next one.